guys, welcome back to another lesson of Algebra 2. Today we're going to be learning about relations and functions. A relation is a set of pairs relating inputs and outputs. A function is a rule where every input has one and only one output. This please pay special attention to, because if the input has more than one output, then it's not a function. There's a test called the vertical line test that can identify if a graph is a function. The domains of a function are the inputs, the x, or the independent variables. The range of a function are the outputs, the y's, or the dependent variables. Functions and relations could be represented as ordered pairs, graphs, tables, or mapping diagrams. Okay, so how could functions and relations be represented in ordered pairs? Functions and relations are represented as ordered pairs by pairing the inputs with the outputs in the form x, y. It's like a coordinate point, basically. Then, functions can be represented through graphs, like for example here. And to see if this is a function, we can use the vertical line test. If 2 points touch the vertical line, then this graph is not a function. Let's see. So let's see here. Oh, only 1 point is touching. Here, 1 point. Let's pick another random spot. How about here? Only 1 point is touching. This is a function. Tables can also represent functions, because if you write, let's say, you have the coordinate points 0, 6, 1, 7, 2, 8. We can represent that in a table, which is when x is 0, y is 6. When x is 1, y is 7. When x is 2, y is 8. There's another way called mapping diagrams. There's a domain and a range. If we have the points, let's say 1, 2, 2, -1, 3, 8, and 4, 4, we can represent that in a mapping diagram by matching up the domain to the range. So for example, 1 to 2. So we draw an arrow like this to 2. 2 to -1. So we draw an arrow like this to -1. 3 to 8. So we draw an arrow like this to 8. And 4 to 4. So we draw an arrow like this. That's your mapping diagram. Practice problem time. Okay, please feel free to pause the video and try these problems on your own. Okay, so here it's saying find the domain and the range of the function. So to find the domain, the first thing we have to do is find all the numbers that are in the domain, which in this case are the x values. So we have -3, 0, 2, 9, and 23. In the domain, it's really important that you order the numbers going upwards or ascending order. For example, you would first start with -3, then 0, then 2, then 9, then 23. In this case, it was ordered for us, and this is our domain. The range would be the y values. So it will be 14, 7, 0, -18, and -99. You also need to order the range as well in ascending order. So you would start off with -99, then it would be -18, 0, 7, and 14. And you're done. For the second problem, you have 3, 4, 7, 2, 5, and -1 in the domain. You have to order it in ascending order. So -1, then it is 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 7. Domain. And for the range, you have 5, 3, 9, 1, 6, and 4. So ordering in ascending order, it would be 1, it would be then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and finally 9. And again, we're done. Okay, determine whether the relation is a function. Please feel free to pause the video and try this on your own. Okay, so remember, a function is when every input has one and only one output. So in this case, -3 to -2. So this is our first point. Then we have 0 to 7. And we have 4 to 1. In this case, every input does have one and only one output. So yes, it's a function. For this case, we have 2 to -3, but we also have 2 to -1. And in this case, it's breaking the rule of every input has one and only one output, because 2 has two outputs, -3 and -1. So no, it's not a function. And in this case, you see, we have the same number, 4, repeated twice with different y values. So no, it's not a function. Last set of problems. Please feel free to pause the video and figure this out on your own. Alright then. Okay, so use the vertical line test to determine if a relation is a function. So, remember what the vertical line test is? You draw a line and you see if more than one point touches the line, then it's not a function. Let's draw the line randomly anywhere. Oh, we have this point here, this point here. So no, it's not a function. And now, for the second one, let's pick up randomly. Through here, it's a function. Through here, just making it, but still a function. Randomly again, let's say here. Oh well, now no points touching the line, but it's fine. So yes, a function. Now, let's see for this one. Any random points? Yep, only one point touches the line. Here, only 1 point. Here, only 1 point. Here, only 1 point. Yep, it's a function. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!